Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel, Planning with Bree. I'm Brianna Kechelle, and this will be the last spread that I do in this journal. I just wanted to take a look at all of the pages that I've created, look at how thick and beautiful it is, and I wanted to end this journal off right. I did not want to just leave it in the dust, so today we're doing some end of the year bullet journal spreads. Here's a quick look at them, and then we're going to get right into how I created these beautiful geometric Dutch doors, how I did these themes and created these pages. Stick around and we'll get into it. Hey y'all, and welcome to my channel, Planning with Bree. I'm Brianna Kechelle, and today I am going to be setting up some spreads for the end of my 2022 bullet journal to help me start my 2023 bullet journal on the right foot. For these spreads, I kept the supplies to a minimum. I am obviously using a dot grid journal. This one is from Archer and Olive. It is an A5 dot grid journal that I've been using since July of 2022. I'm going to use some markers, a little bit of washi tape, and some of these circle stickers. Right now I am cutting out these geometric style Dutch doors. The first page I basically cut in half. That second page I cut in a diamond shape. And then the third page I cut in a very long rectangle. I used washi tape to border where I wanted to cut. I put the washi tape right at the line, and I basically cut the washi tape completely off, and that's how I know I got my lines correct. So I am going to decorate those with the same style that I'm going to decorate this cover page. So the first thing I'm going to do is use some washi tape to border off the edges of my cover page. I want this to be a clean border, and I am going to color this entire page with multiple different markers, and I didn't want them to run all over the edge of the page. Then I am going to start by making some waves with my colors. I did this exact same theme when I set up my bullet journal. So if you have not seen how I set this bullet journal up back in June or July, I believe, I don't remember, then please check that video out. I will have it linked up above in the cards. But I thought that it would be a really cool idea to still use the same theme and use the same aesthetic, I guess, at the end of the journal, just like I did at the beginning of the journal. So this is the exact same process, but I am using some different colors. I chose to use these colors because I just set up my mom's prayer journal, and she wanted like a winter wonderland theme. So I use these colors. The colors I'm using are a bluish gray, a baby blue, a light gray, a navy blue, a lilac or light purple, and then a dark purple. And I'm just alternating colors and making some wavy lines, trying to avoid the numbers that I have in the middle, and then I'm just coloring them in. So right now I'm going to zoom in and show you guys how I color around the numbers. It is so much easier if you just go ahead and put a border around the numbers in the color that you are using to fill in that space. So that is the first thing I do. I go all the way around the numbers and the opposite color, or the color that I am coloring up against to make a border, and then I color that empty white space in with that desired color. I hope that makes sense, guys. I was really trying to explain it in a way that sounded right, but if you just kind of take a look at what I just did, it's not that hard. The thing I love about this theme is that anyone can do it. It doesn't take much drawing. It only takes a few markers, and it just takes a lot of patience. You can also just do a few waves in the corner, or you can just fill it in like in a smaller square around the numbers. Like I have 2022 drawn here. You could just do a tight rectangle around those numbers and fill that in with those colors, and that would be just as cute. Put your little border all the way on the outside in like a thin black line, and it'd be beautiful. So I did lose some footage here. I am going to write the word memories in that gray spot right there. And next, I am going to peel off my washi tape to give myself that clean border. And we are going to move on to the next page. This next page is my things to page. So on this page, I'm going to have 3 different categories. I'm going to have a category for things to keep, things to start, and then things to change. I do plan to fill this spread out before I write anything in my new bullet journal, because this is one of the ways that I can reflect on all of the habits that I tracked this year to see how I did with those habits, to see if I kept up with those habits. Are they habits that I need to keep? Are there any habits that I need to start? Like I may have had a gap between my goals and my habits for 1 month, and maybe I did not start the correct habits, and maybe that's why I didn't reach my goals for that month or something like that. So this is just a way to organize what I notice while I am reflecting on the habits in the previous months. I did this spread last year, but I didn't fill it out. So this year I really want to make sure I take the time to do that. The next thing I'm going to do is fill in the space on this Dutch door that you can see when the first Dutch door is open or closed. When the first Dutch door is laid down flat against each other, I want to fill in that triangle with a light blue border, and then I want to go around the entire 2 pages with the same color. Since I'm going to be filling this page in with pictures, I was not going to add that many details on the page itself, so I wanted to give the outside of the page a little bit of color. So this page will be titled People. This is a spread or some pages for me to print off all of the pictures or some of the pictures that I have in my phone of the people that I've spent a lot of time with this year. So now, after I have completed that title, I am going to fill in this triangle with the same pattern that I used on the title page. So I got the idea to do these end of the year spreads last year when I was starting to move on to my brand new beautiful bullet journal. And I looked at my old bullet journal and I was thinking, dang, I just kind of left her high and dry. I didn't finish anything off. I didn't close out the year or anything. So that is how I started doing these end of the year spreads. Now, like I said, I didn't completely fill all of the spreads out last year. I did fill some of them out, which really helped me this year. So that's why I want to make it a point, like I said at the beginning, to fill them out this year. I am now going to start the last Dutch door by lightly tracing what can be seen when the Dutch doors are laid flat. So basically I outlined the diamond Dutch door onto the long rectangle Dutch door to create 2 small triangles at the top right hand corner and the bottom right hand corner, and I'm going to outline them in a very thick purple line, just like I did the blue triangle on the previous Dutch door. Then I'm going to fill in both of these triangles with the same wavy pattern, except I won't use the light purple because I don't want it to run into the border. I hope that makes sense. So I used all the colors that I used on the previous pages except the light purple. Now I am going to go along the edges with this light purple color to fill it in. And then I am going to title this page Places. So this page is going to be for all of the places that I visited this year. For the last page of this spread, I am going to outline this long rectangle Dutch door so that what I write on the final page will not be seen until I flip that Dutch door over. So first thing I did was outlined it in a very, very light gray marker. I was going to use that as the design for the last page, but then I changed my mind. When I first set this bullet journal up, I actually filled in all of this white space in the background with wavy lines, and it took a very long time. It ended out being very beautiful, but I didn't want to do that again. So I just outlined the Dutch door in a dark purple color, and I just filled in some of these blank lines with a light gray marker, and then on the left-hand side, I am filling in every other 3 lines with a dark gray marker. So for this page on the left-hand side, it would be for my prayers for this year that have been answered. And then on the last page of my bullet journal, I'm going to write a reflection and a page about the lessons that I have learned this year, which have been quite a few, and I can't wait to put these down on paper. The last thing that I'm going to do is finish these spreads off with a little bit of washi tape. These washi tapes, is kind of hard to see the patterns on camera, but they have a light blue pattern on a clear background tape, and they actually turned out really, really cute. On the title page, I am going to go around the entire cover page with some of this washi tape that I got from Michaels. Kind of looks like a galaxy to me, and I think it's really, really pretty with the colors I chose. So that is it for this video, guys. I really hope you are inspired to not just leave your old bullet journal in the dust and create some end of the year spreads. Thank you for watching. Bye.